Hello, one viewer. Sino si one viewer? Hello, comment po. Sino nandyan? We got 3 people right now. Hi, Sis Grace Galinda. Good evening. Shout out to you from Japan. It's what? 10:44 ba dyan? I know. 6 8 I know. 6:44 pala, di ba? Behind kayo ng 2 hours. Tama ba? Sir, may kinuha lang ako ha. Chicken first. Bakit? Bakit sa chicken yung nauna? Explain. Paki-explain why. Ah, 9:45. 1 hour lang pala. Ang difference. Mag-share mo na ako ha. Saan ka po sa Japan, Sis Grace? Tokyo ba? Ay, journey mo.
Sorry, it's just bloke keeps asking questions and wants it all in the same money.
Bisaya, tayo ka. Asa ka sa Visayas?
Is Grace a new lady? From Japan. Ah.
She said it's the chicken that came first.
Hello, Grace. How is Japan?
There's no egg if there's no chicken. But there won't be chicken if there's no egg.
There we are.
Si Shuka Ken Iwatashi. Ang haba naman yan. Let's wait for others.
Japan is on our bucket list. We were going to go next year. We weren't going this year because of the Olympics, and we thought it would be madness, more expensive and crowded, and just be horrendous. As it was, of course, the Olympics were cancelled, and we're in the middle of a coronavirus, so that's good. Yeah, I know Japan has had reasonably controlled the coronavirus, except like most places, big cities. So Paris, Madrid, New York, and London had it very, very bad. Manila, of course, has had it reasonably bad, but not compared to Europe. And of course, Tokyo, I think, has had a few cases, but I think outside Tokyo, it's not been too bad for you. So God be with you, and
so
hope
far,
it's fine.
Jensen, she's from Jensen.
In any case, the thing with the virus is the people it kills are old people like me, not young people like you. I'm in healthcare, and I was reading a paper from Italy, and all the people who died in Italy, and there were lots of them, only 1% were under 50. And the 1% who were under 50 had underlying comorbidities, i.e. diabetic, hypertension, obesity. So you'll be safe.
Well, but then, I've just seen that news that Duterte said you won't open the school until there's a vaccine.
I told
Available.
you. I told you that.
Yeah.
I told you that.
I think it's a good idea, really.
Well, children do not die from the
Yeah,
virus.
but that's not the point, darling.
It's about spreading the virus. And there is a lot of evidence to show that the flu, certainly, is spread by children. Measles, mumps, chickenpox, definitely spread by children. Coronavirus, they're not quite sure because they don't think children are quite as infectious. Oh, there we are. It's good you're safe and it's good you don't have lockdown.
I've seen a blogger saying that in Japan, the government really cannot first, although they would say that, it's better to stay home, but then the government really cannot enforce a lockdown, something like that. Is it true? People can still go out if they want to.
I think it might be like in the States, it's down to the United States, it's down to the local governors. I don't think perhaps central government can enforce that.
Yeah.
But of course, Japan is...
well, no, in Japan, people are disciplined, aren't they?
Very disciplined. And also Japan is, I think, 4 big islands and a few little islands.
Yeah. So... how long have you lived there in Japan, Sis Grace?
Hi, Lee.
Leia Lemon, chicken first. In my own thoughts, maybe the Lord will not allow walking eggs in the streets. Keep safe, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. All right.
Well, I went out today. Hello, Rowendi. Have we had Rowendi over?
Yeah, we had it before.
Oh, there we are.
Hello, sis. Good evening. No lockdown here in Taiwan ever since. That's one of the countries that we
Taiwan is doing brilliantly. And Taiwan was the first country to lock down on January the 31st. And it's because they, along with Vietnam, and it's because neither the Vietnamese or Taiwanese trusted mainland China. They've been proved to be right. And of course, Taiwan was very badly affected by SARS, so they were ready for it. Hello, Marcel.
Hi, Marisol Dayaganon. Marisol said chicken first. Explain, please, why.
But yes, Taiwan has shown the world how it's done. But of course, it doesn't get the publicity because mainland China doesn't like people talking about Taiwan. Hong Kong's done very well as well. Although they've now got a problem in Hong Kong, but that's not to do with the virus. That's to do with the power struggle. The one country, 2 systems looks as if it's going to come apart. And I don't think it will last for... I think the 40, 50 years the Chinese promised Mrs. Thatcher, I think within 10 years we'll have one country, one system. Oh, you've been 14 years in Japan, Grace. That's a long time.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
You've forgotten what...
When was the last time you came back to the Philippines? Yes, sir. The government here is very good and have well-disciplined people as well. Yes.
Yeah, well, we, Mercy and myself, we went to Taiwan and we went on a trip all the way round and we loved it. We really did. We went up the 101 Tower. We saw the Marble Canyon that was good. We saw the lake where President Chiang Kai-shek used to have a little villa. We went to that wonderful museum with all the Chinese artifacts in. We really enjoyed Taiwan. It was very, very good.
I think the best since 2000, last 2014, that's a long time ago. Marisol said, if the eggs walk in the road, it might crack, so it's impossible to become chicken. Or should I say, if the eggs first will lay the eggs. Good evening, Jovelyn.
Yes. So and our daughter,
All right, Sis Grace, take care po.
yeah, our daughter
See you.
Marianne, who's just 6, she didn't come to Taiwan with us, but she wanted to because we took our little one, who was only a toddler at the time. Well, he was a baby, really. He was a toddler, baby toddler, Michael, and he had a lovely time playing with the Japanese toilet in the hotel in Taipei. And when Marianne heard about that, she wants to go back to, well, not back, she wants to go to Taiwan, but she wants to play with the electric toilets as well. But Michael had a lovely time. He was about 18 months and he was banging the lid up and down by pressing the button. And
So we stayed in, I probably know this hotel. One of the best hotels we stayed there is the Mayfu Hotel in Taipei,
lovely hotel. Really was
upmarket.
really good. It was very, very good service.
And one of the good places that we went to is Taruku. Remember what's that thing there? The Taruku in the mountain.
Oh,
The
the mountain in Taiwan was
gorge.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've said
Gorge.
the gorge, the Marble Gorge, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marble Gorge was wonderful. In fact, Taiwan was all good. Really enjoyed it. We only had
And the Taipei 101.
101 was good, and we had 2 restaurants at the top, Italian restaurants at the top, and it was really good. And it wasn't expensive for being up the top of the high skyscraper like that. I mean, if you had a meal in the Shard in London, which is the big skyscraper there, the restaurant up there, it would have cost you an arm and a leg. Very, very expensive. But yeah, Taiwan was good, wasn't it, Dan? We enjoyed Taiwan.
Yeah.
And we flew Eva Air, and they were very, very good. And they're very good with the children.
Yeah, what I like about Taiwan is that they're very good with children. Like when you go to every restaurant, they get plates and cutleries and stuff for children. So they really look after the children. It's very different. We've been to other countries, and I don't think I've really encountered some. Although there are some in England, but like in Taiwan, it's like everywhere. Like
Yeah.
that.
Taiwan was exceptionally good. And Eva Air, very good. In fact, they've even got some of their planes painted up as Hello Kitty.
Marisol said, the Lord put live animals on earth for reproduction, so obviously it's the chicken first. All right, do you want to do your stand now, darling?
Do the what?
Well, what's your stand in this one? Which came first, chicken or egg?
Chicken. Because something had to lay the egg.
But then where did the chicken come from?
Well, the chicken either was created by God, and so the chicken would have been created first, or if you're an evolutionist, then the chicken evolved from some reptile. So whether you're a devout, any religion, and you believe in a supreme being, then the chicken came first. And if you're an evolutionist, then you still think the chicken came first. I suppose you could be an atheist and not so sure, but then you wouldn't be sure whether it's egg or the chicken, would you? There we are. So I went out for the first time today since March 14th, first time I left the house. I went out with Mercy and we got some medication because being stuck here, I'm in danger of running out of medication. That was fun and games, but luckily as a pharmacist I knew alternatives, so I got that sorted out eventually.
All right.
But then when I rocked up at the supermarket, they wouldn't let me in because I'm over 65. Wouldn't let me in the supermarket. So I had to sit outside, and Mercy did all the shopping, God bless her. She did very well to fill up everything for lockdown. But I couldn't go round, and you know what husbands and boyfriends are like. They put in things that aren't on the list. You know, they put things that you didn't really want. It's always much easier and much cheaper to go shopping without your husband or boyfriend because they always put extra things in.
Or is it the other way around?
No, it's all. Sarah complains if Mark goes with her. You know, he puts loads of things in that aren't on the list, unnecessary things.
Well, also, I've just researched this one. It says, first, let's get the scientific answer out of the way. Eggs, generally speaking, existed before chickens did. The oldest fast. Can you please tackle an issue why there? Wait, let me just. Oh, explain that one. You know the answer with that one. Can you please tackle an issue why there is no corn in corned beef or why there is no dog in hot dog? That's a good one.
That's
Joe,
that,
Joe, I think Joe has Joe explained that one. Why it's called corned beef.
yeah. The reason it's called corned beef is because it's not because it's got corn in, but it's because it's shredded, and the shredding is something to do with being corn or something. It's some play on words. There's no dog in hot dog, so I don't know why a hot dog is called a hot dog. I believe, but I could be wrong, that hot dogs were invented in
Right. So
USA.
for the corn beef, it's like the corn comes from the it's got its name from the because the corned beef they brine it, right,
Oh yeah, they do. Yes.
with coarse salt, and they call the coarse salt as corn, so that's why it's called corned beef.
Ah, yes, that's it. That's right. It is. That's right. You're right. But I think hot dogs came from the USA originally, but I could be totally wrong. But I have a feeling hot dogs did come from the USA.
So basically, the corn there is like an adjective to the beef that
Yes.
it's the process
Yeah,
that's being
that's
done.
the point I was making. It's the process. Yes.
There is no dog in hot dog. Yes. That's a good one. Keep them coming. Faith said, "Good evening. For me, chicken po. When I was in college, I remember that the chicken has an ovaries with protein that can process the eggshell through crystallization."
Yeah.
Yeah, but then where did the chicken come from? Right. Let me just read. I read something earlier. Where is it?
Faith, what did you study at college?
So it says here, first, let's get the scientific answer out of the way. Eggs, generally speaking, existed before chickens did. The oldest fossils of dinosaur eggs and embryos are about 190 million years old. What's this Archaeopteryx fossils, which are the oldest truly accepted as birds, are around 150 million years old, which means that birds in general came after eggs in general. Do you believe?
Well, you could.
How's the audio? Okay lang ba? Or medyo maingay siya? Kasi may fan kasi eh.
Yeah, you could go on arguing that this forever.
And you won't finish. But that answer is also true that it came first. When you narrate down the chickens and the specific from which they emerged, at some point, most chicken were given and technology to located possessive. Well, I don't know.
Google hot dog, see where it comes from.
But you know the story about the French fries. French fries and the chips.
Yeah, well, of course, I'll talk.
Oh, darling.
Yeah.
You know the story about hamburger.
What about hamburger?
Yeah, why is it called hamburger when there's no ham in it?
Because it came from Hamburg.
Hamburg, Germany. Yes. What else?
Well, I was going to say our daughter Marianne, who's only 6, can tell you all about who invented crisps. Or in the Philippines, you call them chips, but in the West UK, we call them crisps.
This is about.
And she knows it was invented by George Crumb.
Well,
Right. According to Google, hot dogs were first sold by German immigrants to the USA. I was right about that bit. And the German immigrants had Dutch hounds, German hounds, which are long sausage dogs. And that's how they got the name from the sausage dogs, the German sausage dogs.
But why is it hot dog? Hot.
Well, because it's hot, isn't it? Hello, Mirez.
Hi, Maris. Good evening. So which came first, chicken or egg? What other questions? Musta po?
Everyone should be voting for chicken. Very interestingly, in the UK, they don't sell white eggs in the supermarkets. For about 40 years, they've had hens that lay brown eggs because everyone thinks brown eggs are healthier and free range, but very often they're not free range, but the brown eggs.
What makes brown eggs? Which chicken
Brown
make brown eggs?
chickens, would you believe? And
What do you mean brown chickens? Brown hair.
brown hair, yeah. But because of the lockdown, restaurants and McDonald's aren't buying eggs. And McDonald's and restaurants buy white eggs. And the white eggs come from white hens who are very docile. So all the white eggs go to McDonald's and restaurants. And because of lockdown, there's always white eggs that nobody wants. So for the first time for 40 years, Tesco supermarkets, a big supermarket chain in England, a bit like Metro, are selling white eggs. And apparently, white hens are very docile. And the poor brown hens, which I didn't know, they're not so docile and they fight. So they actually cut off some of their beak with like an electric laser or electric wire. So it's a bit cruel, really, to the brown hens. So all these people who are buying what they think are free-range eggs, they're buying eggs from poor chickens that had part of their beaks cut off. So there we are. So for the first time, people are buying white eggs in the supermarkets in UK.
Why is it the Americans put Filipinos too also put the eggs in the fridge, but the UK does not?
No one in the UK freezes eggs.
Not freeze, but refrigerate.
It refrigerates eggs.
Why is that? It's cold enough there or what?
Well, yeah, one, it's cold enough, and two, the shell is like it's a container of itself. But I should think it's because of the heat. I should think it's because of the heat in the Philippines.
Yeah, but USA is not hot.
Depends. Some is hot, some isn't.
All right. So Jubilin voted for chicken.
Yeah.
There's a question there. Why is the third hand in the clock called second hand? Because it's for seconds.
Yeah, because it measures
Or
seconds.
minutes, seconds.
Yeah.
Why is the time of the day with the slowest traffic called rush hour?
So there you go.
Why is the time of the day with the slowest traffic called rush hour?
Good question, isn't it? It's a contradiction. So, has anybody got any? Has anybody got any questions for us tonight?
Do you know why it's called mouse? This one. I don't know why it's called.
I don't know
mouse.
why it's called. Do you know
Does
why this
anybody
is
know
called
why
a
it's called
mouse?
mouse?
I don't know. I know the guy who invented it got virtually nothing for it.
Really?
Yeah, he was working, I think, for somebody, and they painted it, a company, and he got virtually nothing for it. But it's very often people who are the first inventors get nothing for it, or very little.
Yeah. If you're going to sell it to somebody, then yeah.
So, has anybody any questions for us?
How does the placebo effect work? You should be able to answer this one.
What do you want to know?
Placebo effect.
Placebo effect.
Yeah.
Ah, right. A placebo effect is where people think.
Let me just type it in.
Okay. All right, that's a good time. It's in. When I was first a pharmacist many, many years ago, the first pharmacy I worked in, we had a jar of red pills, which were just sugar pills coated red, and we had a jar of yellow pills coated yellow. And we used to use those as placebos. So somebody came in and wanted sleeping tablets. We couldn't legally sell them sleeping tablets. So we'd say, well, we'll put some tablets in the bottle. And it was funny because people always used to say, oh, the yellow ones aren't strong enough, give me the red ones. And we'd sell people the red placebo tablets, which were just sugar pills coated red. And they come in the next day and thank me, and our best sleep they'd had in 20 years. And they bring me in a bottle of whiskey or a box of chocolates. Oh, thank you very much. But for placebo effect to work, what you have to do is you have to lay it on thick.
What?
So lay it on thick. In fact, gild the lily. So what I'd do is I'd say, now look, I'm giving you these tablets, but it's between you and me. Now be very careful with them. These are very strong. Now, if you've got children in the house, we've got to keep them in a safe place. And you're not going to tell anybody I've given you these. And you must only take one. You promised me you only take one. So you give all the spill. So in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I've got to keep these are strong. I've got to put these in a place somewhere. And Mr. Morley shouldn't really be selling me these. But he's very kind, giving me these sleeping tablets. And so the placebo effect is where people think that it's going to work. And homeopathic medicines are an example of the placebo effect. So that's one of the reasons why whenever you have clinical trials, which there are all over the world, for treatments against the virus or to relieve the symptoms or make people get better quickly, they have to give the active medicine and they give a placebo. And the reason they give a placebo is that some people will get better just because they've been given the injection. So at the moment, there's been trials of the Ebola antiviral drug, Remdesivir, and when they did the trial, some people had injections of saline or salt water, which is the same isotonic as your blood, plasma, and some people had the antiviral drug in as an injection. And they compared how people got better and how they didn't. Because any medical intervention, people will get better. People are cared for, they will get better. So the thing is, because of the well-known placebo effect, then you have to compare something which is literally chalk or nothing, or just plain salt water, medical salt water that is, against the real thing. And I can assure you from a lifetime in pharmacy, the placebo effect is quite dramatic. But people don't want to believe you're giving the real thing, so you have to give them all the chit chat as well.
All right.
So whenever there's a proper scientific trial, they will give half the patients the real drug and half the patients a placebo. But the doctors who give it don't know which one is which. And so that they treat all the patients the same way. And so any observations of patients getting better is totally independent of whether they've got the real drug or they got the placebo drug. And with this Ebola drug, which they repurposed for coronavirus, they had a double-blind trial, but they could tell which ones are having the real drug and which ones have placebo by the ones who are getting better. So when that happens, it's unethical to carry on with the trial. You have to stop the trial, and the people having the placebo or the salt water, isotonic salt water, you have to give them the real drug. And that's so the best trials are what's known as double blind, not Mr. Trump says, I think we should be taking this, it's wonderful, or people have told me this, or the proper trial is double blind. Neither the patients or the doctors know who's getting the real drug and who's getting a sugar-coated tablet or an injection of salt water, or a drip on a drip.
All right, here's a challenge. Ask us a riddle and let's how do you call this? Let's answer it. Let's see who's smarter.
I'll be done.
You can Google some riddles there and then we'll answer it. No cheating.
Oh, you've asked them to give riddles?
Yeah, you can type in the riddles or any questions you have, and then we will answer it. We'll see not among, because it's all which of us, or does it work? Is gonna answer it right first. Who's gonna answer? Who's gonna give the right answer first? That's it.
There we go.
No sleep actually, but I'm hungry again.
Filipinos are always hungry. First thing I noticed when I came to the Philippines was the amount of street food. I could not believe how many street food stalls were on the side of the road. And I thought, who buys all this street food? Well, it's pretty obvious. It's Filipinos who need to have a snack every 20 minutes.
Well, that's why the placebo work.
Do you know, I can't remember seeing street food in Taiwan.
Yeah, there are, I think.
A lot of street food in Thailand, and also in Thailand they had things like insects and scorpions, all sorts of peculiar things. But lot of street food in Thailand.
Or here's a good question: why do we yawn?
Lack of oxygen to the brain. When you yawn, you're increasing the blood flow to the brain.
But then why is it that we usually yawn when we're hungry or when we're sleepy?
Yeah, when you're sleeping, you've got low oxygen to the brain.
All right.
Oh, here we are. What is full of holes but still holds water?
What is full of holes
and still holds
but
water?
Still holds water?
Hello, Samuel. We're doing riddles tonight. You should be good at riddles.
What is Full of
holes but still holds water. Do you want to put that on there?
Well, it's gonna.
What is full of holes and still holds water?
Hello, Samuel. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Samuel.
It's full of holes, but still holds
What is
water.
full of holes and still holds water?
Eyes.
I'm thinking like sieve, but
It's that bladder. Um,
that's a good one. What's full of holes and still holds water?
try, darling. What is it?
That's a good riddle.
Keep them coming.
Right.
What is it?
Maraz, the
Full of
question is, what is full of holes but still holds water?
holes? Full of holes. Mm. Have you got an idea?
No, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. What is full
All right,
of,
the audience can answer that now. Except for Jovelyn, though. Full of holes, but still holds water. Yeah, we are thinking, but nothing comes to mind really. Full of holes.
how about a sink?
When it says full of holes, that means many.
Yes.
What is it? Not part of the body. Is it part of the body?
It sounds like guess the word, doesn't it? It's guess the riddle.
Full of holes, but still. It's not jar, a jug. No, it's not. Holds water. Skin? No, not skin. Body? Body? Skin?
No.
Well, our skin has got hole, but it's not the one that. No, I don't know. I don't. It doesn't make sense really. Come on, we need we need help.
Well done, Maris. Well done.
All right,
Well
sponge.
done.
All right.
Well
All
done.
right, another one that I'll get a snack. Is that the right answer then?
It's got to be. Sponges full of holes and holds water. That's a good one. That is a very good one. Too. Very good one. Yeah, very good.
I got one, but I got allowed to Google it.
Right. Mercy's got one in a minute, but you're not allowed to Google it. Because that would be cheating. Well, How many of you put weight on in lockdown?
Right, I got one. It should be so easy for you.
We have to get that one.
All right. This one.
Excuse me, gotta get a drink. Oh.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I pressed something by mistake. Okay. So I cannot put I cannot put it because then that would be obvious. I just need to say it. So what is black and white and red all over? What is black and white and red all over? Red all over. No cheating. um, darling, you know the answer. Not really. But I suppose it would do. Because when all right, I'm just gonna say this. Somebody asked me this, and my answer was book, and she said it's right. So I'm not sure if newspaper would apply. Oh, I've said it already. What is black and white and red all over?
Newspaper.
You said newspaper, but
Yeah.
when somebody asked me this, I answered book, and she said it's correct.
What's that?
Book. So I'm not sure if newspaper
Yeah. The what?
would apply. I think so.
I think newspaper's the right answer.
Have you got any? Eggs. Oh, so all right, Samuel. Here's a question for you. So which came first, chicken or egg? Why, Ma'am Leading Suarez? Why eggs? Explain, please. I'll think of more. Let me Google it if I can find it. What is block? All right. No, it says here newspaper. Oh, you know what you said? Book is correct. Yeah, it's newspaper.
So Samuel and I are right.
Yeah. So Samuel said it's the egg first. Can you please explain, Samuel? Because Nigel said it's chicken.
Oh, there we are.
All right.
bringing some.
So that book thing was wrong then. Yeah, it says here on Google. It's
So we're going down memory lane for you, Samuel.
Have you got any for us? We still wait for their egg answer. Why? Because egg first. Because egg first become chicken. But where does chicken come from?
Where did it come from?
I mean, where does the egg come from, brother? Do you have any riddle?
Middle. No, I know a few jokes.
Huh? You
I
know
know-
joke.
I know some jokes.
All right, can you tell them a joke? What?
Our trouble is it relies on English pronunciation. So yes, Samuel. Before you came, I was discussing that and said if you believed in the supreme being, you'd say the chicken came first because the supreme being invented the chicken. If you're evolutionist, you'd say that something that wasn't a chicken very close to a chicken genetically laid the egg. And
So the
so you just put it. You just
so the
put it
chicken
more,
just evolved out from that.
well, chicken obviously evolved from something.
Hi, this is Marilo. Good evening.
Hi, Marilu.
Hi, this is Maris. Good evening. Chicken first before egg. Why?
So Samuel, what's your favourite food?
He's not gonna say egg.
He's going to say. I wonder what Samuel's. Marilu, Marez. Hi, love, Rose.
Hi, love Rosalie Blas. Good evening.
Good evening.
Magandang buhay. How are you? Saan ka ulit host? The host naman. Rosalie, love Rosalie. US ka ba? US ata ka, no? Any more riddles?
Anyone else got a riddle?
Halloumi.
Oh, there we are. Halloumi. Now, I could have guessed 100 times, and I wouldn't have got that food. My favourite breakfast is scrambled egg and smoked salmon and caviar with a big cup of English tea, some nice fresh bread toast, and a big glass of fresh orange juice.
What would be your favorite cheese?
My favourite cheese. I like the gooey runny cheeses like Brie and Camembert. They're good. I like goat's cheese, but English cheeses are wonderful. Cheese in the Philippines are
What's
very
that
poor.
cheese that Joe likes that smell like disgusting? It stinks. What's that? Blue is that blue cheese?
Blue Stilton.
Oh, blue Stilton cheese.
Yes, Sam, you're quite right. 59% of Britons did think that Dominic Cummings should resign from his role as advisor to the Prime Minister.
When did he become a road advisor?
But if he refuses to resign and the Prime Minister refuses to sack him, then there's not a lot the general public can do about it. As I see it, the only way he can be forced to go is if his ministers or his cabinet ministers threaten to resign. And although he's had quite a few MPs say he should resign, I can't see him having a. I can't see. Yes, his press conference, surprisingly enough, didn't do him any good, Samuel. But at the end of the day, are the Conservative MPs going to have a vote of no confidence in their Prime Minister in the middle of a COVID pandemic? I don't think so. Are they going to have a vote of no confidence in the government, in the House of Commons? They could do so, but are they going to do it in the height of a pandemic? Probably not. And of course, the Conservatives are not going to vote down the Prime Minister in the middle of a pandemic and have a general election. So as unpopular as Mr. Cummings is, and as upset as the general public are, the one thing the general public don't know is that Cummings has got a 4-year-old autistic son. And that's what they were concerned about. And that's why they took him up to Durham, so that his nieces and sister could look after him, because autistic children have to be with people they know. You can't put them with strangers. You can't just fob them off with somebody else. And so if people knew the truth about it, but of course Cummings doesn't want to say to everybody in the world, I've got an autistic son and you're supposed to protect children from publicity. I really shouldn't even be talking about it, but there we are. So, and that's why Boris is standing by him. And I think anybody, and especially all the Filipinos, if you had a 4-year-old autistic son, well, then you do the best for him, even if he was bending the rules. And the best, or worst rather, that's all he's done is bend the rules. Bend the rules. But the newspapers were after him, and the interviewers were after him, and they've given Boris and the ministers and Cummings a hard time. But I think it will blow over. Now, here's a quote for you, Samuel. Famous Labour Prime Minister called Harold Wilson, back in the 70s, I think it was, said a week is a long time in politics. So give it a week and it will blow over. And the interesting thing to see is the bookmakers make Cummings odds on to stay. And the bookmakers don't make people odds on if they're to stay, if they're odds on to go away. Right, in answer to that, Samuel, the last time a Prime Minister was forced down was 1940 with Neville Chamberlain, and that was when the war had gone really, really bad. So no, I don't think the Conservatives would vote down the Prime Minister, even if there was no coronavirus. With a coronavirus pandemic, that's going to happen. Oh, there we are. Thank you for saying. I presume the nice couple, Love Rosie, is me and my wife, and I thank you for that. We try and be pleasant to everybody and have something to say to everybody, and we've had lots of fun. And I know Mercy today has been shipping out prizes, so I know lots of handbags have gone out to people and fun. Are they going tomorrow? Never. I can't. I know things have gone out the door anyway. The
Cut off already when we arrived there.
say
Cut off already. They're closing already.
it's
So-
gone already.
They're closing already when we arrived there.
Oh right.
Therefore,
Right. They took all the They took all the.
no, it's not. It's in the car.
All right. They took the gifts and the place was closed, but because it's difficult hours at the moment, and we were only allowed out every other day. Although I came out. Today for
I'm
the-
just wondering because we're supposed to have that color coding. If you got odd number plate in your car, your vehicle, you can only go out MWF. But then I noticed today a lot of even numbers are out. So I don't know. Maybe they're breaking the rules. No, I don't know.
Well, what a surprise! Filipinos breaking the rules. What a fair surprise! Now it's not Taiwan, it's not Korea, it's not Japan.
It's Philippines.
You
But
can-
I think so. I mean, Anne said that that's still the rule that the number coding thing. But maybe people are just tired of staying at home, or they just need to go out. I don't know. But then
I
there's
would
no other
think
mention of
all around the world, even especially in Britain, but all around the world, people are fed up with the lockdown. They're fed up with staying at home, and there's a limit to how long you can keep people at home. And of course, what you can always say
the traffic is it's like a regular traffic really
Yeah.
today.
What you can always say is, which I could have said today, but it was with a legitimate out, is we're going to get medicine.
Yeah.
You're allowed to go get medicine. But I think everyone's fed up with the lockdown. And certainly for me, going out for the first time today, today is May 27th, and I've been in the house since March the 14th. So it was like coming out of prison, really.
But you still got freedom, though.
So just drove down to Ruston's, which is a Filipino supermarket, and got some money out the ATM and did some shopping and came back. So that was my
Yeah.
trip out.
Well, that's
For
not.
the children who've been stuck inside, and of course minors aren't allowed out, they've got a 24/7 curfew, minors. They've said to us, oh, mummy, daddy, when the lockdown's finished or when the virus has gone away, bit naive that, when the virus has gone away, can we go to the beach with a supermarket? Because they haven't been in a supermarket for months and certainly haven't been to a beach. So I'm not sure where we'll find a beach and a supermarket, but I'm sure.
No, it's Michael saying he had a dream and he was dreaming about going to the beach with a supermarket. It's strange. Right, so have you got any riddle for us, even though we cannot answer them?
We got some riddles. Well, we didn't do very well with Jubilin's riddle.
No. Have you got any? You didn't have any. I'll try to remember what we had last time. Um, let me Google.
Google. Become a verb now, isn't it, to Google?
Well, it's officially a verb or a word in dictionary.
Yeah.
An English word, rather.
Well, Marianne, our 6-year-old, sometimes she says, "Oh, Daddy, can you Google this?" Or, she asks me a question. I say, "I don't know." She says, "Oh, can you Google it?"
I got.
So even little children know about Google.
All right. Why don't I ask a riddle and then Either you or the audience can answer first without
All right, so I don't look.
without looking at the
I don't know if you know, but Google remembers every single search that you do, and
yes.
that's why if you Google, say something to do with food, you'll suddenly get adverts for food or adverts for
Yeah, that's
restaurants.
how they do their advertisement.
Yeah, and so they've got algorithms. So if you're googling going to the beach, then suddenly you'll get loads of adverts for TripAdvisor or holidays or whatever. So Google remembers everything you do. Now, a much better search engine, because it doesn't remember what you Google and doesn't have adverts, is a search engine called DuckDuckGo. So if you don't want to be tracked and get loads of pesky adverts, then DuckDuckGo is an alternative search engine. But
Never heard of that.
no, but the thing with DuckDuckGo is it's not as good as Google because obviously they haven't got Google's money. Because they're not doing any adverts, they're not getting any revenue. So of course it's not going to be so good.
God is the only one who knows who we created first, an egg or chicken.
Yes, good answer.
This one, darling. I'm not clothes, but I cover your body. The more I'm used, the thinner I grow. What am I?
I'm not.
I'm not clothes, but I cover your body. The more I'm used, the thinner I grow.
Hair.
What am I? No. Cover your body? Oh, I suppose you do
Well,
it.
you got hair all over your body.
Yeah, but the more I'm used, do you use your hair?
Right. Right. Say that again.
I'm not clothes, but I cover your body. The more I'm used, the thinner I grow. What am I?
Skin.
No. The egg came first and then it hatched a chicken as I've analyzed. But then, where did the egg come from? Oh no, where did the chicken come from, brother?
No, no, you said the egg came first.
Yeah, so and where did the egg come from, brother?
You want to take that one off because we've got to answer that one.
All right.
Why don't you type up your riddle, darling?
I suppose they know that. I am not clothes, but I cover your body. The more I'm used, I can't really. The thinner I grow. Why did it? I'll just change the word. It's not really the thinner I grow, but the thinner I become.
Yeah.
I'll just change it. What am I? Anyone can answer that for that.
I am not clothes, but I cover your body. The more I am used, the thinner I become. Oh, skin cream.
Mm, no, but you're you're close to that. All right, your turn now.
No, there we are. So, but that was very quick.
Yeah.
Samuel wasn't quick enough there.
The boy was at the car and went to the booth for nonsense, but if I write your exact rate on this piece of paper, then you have to pay me $50, but if I cannot, I will pay you $50. The product around several scales here. Just thinking, no matter what the attorney writes, I'll say was just saying waste more or less. In the end, the boy ended up killing the man. How did the man win the bet? What's that?
What do you want to know?
A boy was at the
Oh, it's just too
carnival.
long. It's too long.
Oh. You live in a one-story house made entirely of red wood. What color would the stairs be?
Oh, that's a good one.
You know the answer.
No,
What would be the answer?
I have no idea.
Good thing. You live in a single-story house with a red wood, entirely made of red wood. What would be the color? What would be the color of the staircase?
There's no staircase. It's a two-story house. Duh. Hi.
Hi, Sis Jenny. Good evening.
Evening
Hello po.
before.
Ang una po egg, tapos manok. Bakit? Saan galing ang egg? Mr. and Mrs. Mustard have 6 daughters and each daughter has one brother. How many people are in the Mustard family?
Say that again.
Mr. and Mrs. Mustard have 6 daughters and each daughter has one brother. How many people in the family?
I want to say 14, but there must be some catch there.
No, why would it be 14?
Mr. and Mrs. Mustard have got 6 daughters.
And each daughter has got one brother.
So that makes 6 brothers, 6 daughters, Mr. and Mr. Mustard. 6 and 6 and 2 is 14.
Well, I haven't revealed the answer yet, but I'm sure you are wrong. Because come to think of it, 6 daughters, and each daughter has one brother. So each daughter has only got one brother.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But
Yeah.
so that's gonna be 6 plus one brother, 7 plus the 2 parents. That's gonna be
Yes.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right. So there are 9 mustards in the family. Since each daughter shares the same brother, there are 6 girls, 1 boy, and Mr. and Mrs. Mustard.
There you go. Somebody shone on the roof.
You know, it's the light.
Oh, the light's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, God, can you smell it?
Yeah, I can smell it.
It's blown.
Oh God. Is that alright? Do we need to turn the light off?
No, I don't think so. They don't, when they blow, they normally.
Oh, it smells.
Yeah, that's electric smell.
Is that okay?
Let me have a look. Minus drama here. Oh,
Sa manok po galing ang itlog. Pero saan galing ang itlog? Ay, saan galing ang manok? Sa manok po galing ang itlog. Ay, pati tuloy ako nalilito. Ayun nga, saan galing ang manok? This one, what has 6 faces but does not wear makeup? Has 21 eyes but cannot see. What is it?
dice.
All right. It is correct.
There we are. How pretty is that?
This one. A woman shoots her husband.
Oh.
Then she holds him underwater for over 5 minutes. Finally, she hangs him. But 5 minutes later, they both go out together and enjoy a wonderful dinner together. How can this be?
Say that again.
A woman shoots her husband. Then she holds him underwater for over 5 minutes. Finally, she hangs him. But 5 minutes later, they both go out together and enjoy a wonderful... I think it's a dream. Do you think?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Let me have a look. The woman was a photographer. She shot a picture of her husband, developed it, and hung it up to dry.
Oh, there we are.
All right, have you got any riddle there?
Any riddles?
There are 20 people in an empty square room. Each person has full sight of the entire room and everyone in it without turning his head or body or moving in any way other than the eyes. Where can you place an apple so that all but one person can see it?
There are 20 people in an empty square room. Each person has full sight of the entire room, and everyone in it, without turning his head or body, in moving any way other than their eyes. Where can you place an apple so all but one person can see it? Right, on top of one person's head.
He stops talking, so lovely Janelle. What does it mean? There
That
are
was the answer to the thing about the photographer.
all right. There are 20 people in an empty square room.
No, you've got to put it. You've got to put it there. You've got to type it in, darling, because
Okay.
type it. Right, she's going to type that in.
I can't do copy paste. He stops talking. Let me have a look. Can I hope I can copy paste it. It doesn't open. Let me have a look. No, it won't open. All right, let me just type it then.
Mercy's going to type this riddle for you.
Oh my God, it's doing this thing again. There are 20 people in an empty room. What's gonna be your answer, darling?
Put the apple on the top of one person's head.
Oh, it's just too slow. No, it's not working. Well, let me just do a short one. Ah, you're right. Place the apple on one person's head.
There we are.
This one. How do you make the number 7 an even number without addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division?
Right. How do you make the number 7 an even number without addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? How do you make the number 7 an even number without addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Type that in. So here comes another riddle.
Do you know the answer?
No.
How do you make? Perhaps they know the answer.
How do you make the number 7 an even number?
without addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? What would be the answer?
I'm just thinking. Right, there we are. It was a riddle for you all.
Even.
No Google. No Google. Ah.
How do you make the number 7 an even? Where's the how do you make the number 7? What? Draw a
Yeah, draw a line down to make it. What happens if you turn it upside down, darling? You turn 7 upside down, it's a 1, isn't it?
yeah, but doesn't how do you make the number 7?
How do you make the number 7 an even number out of addition, subtraction, or division?
I don't know. I would say it takes away the S, but that is subtraction. What do you mean takes away the S?
Ah, the number SEVEN, you take away the S.
Ah, yes,
That's it. You're right. That is the answer. That is the answer.
yeah, that's right, Samuel.
Take away
Taking
the.
away, yeah, I think so.
I think you're
haven't
right,
watched,
Sam. I think you're right.
I haven't watched the show answer. Drop the S.
Drop the S.
Yes.
Drop the S. Yeah. Type in drop the S. Yeah.
Ah, you're clever. All right, next.
That's very good.
I really don't want to type this one because it's long. Let me see if I can do copy paste here. Doesn't open. No. All right, I'll just type it then if you have the patience. Can you dictate it, please, darling?
Right, I'll take this.
I am a word of 6.
I am a word of 6.
I am a word of 6.
My first 3 letters
My first 3 letters
refer to an automobile.
Letters refer to an.
My first 3 letters refer to an automobile.
All right.
Comma.
Yeah.
My last 3 letters
My last 3 letters.
refer to a household animal.
My last 3. Okay.
My last 3 letters refer to a household animal.
Letters refer
To a household animal.
to a household animal.
Yeah.
And then
Comma. My first 4 letters is a fish.
my first, this is a bit complicated,
Yeah.
is a fish.
Yes.
And then,
Comma. My whole.
is it comma or colon? Semicolon is
Yeah.
not comma. And then,
My whole is found in your room.
my whole.
Everyone.
All right, my whole is found in your room.
Yeah.
What am I?
I know the answer to this.
Okay, let me just think. I am a word of 6.
I post it up. I know the answer to this one. I am a word of six. My first three letters refer to an automobile. My last three letters refer to a household animal. My first four is letters of a fish. My whole is found in your room. What am I? I know that. I know the answer to this.
I am a word of six. So it's a six-letter word.
Yes.
My first three letters refers to an automobile, which is
If I do that, you'll just.
is it beetle? Wait. No.
No, it's not beetle. Hopefully, we haven't got beetles. Well, we have got beetles in the room. It's the Philippines. You get nasty
my
insects
hole is.
everywhere. In the
What do you mean
Philippines-
my hole is found in your room?
Yeah.
A carpet.
Yeah, she's right. Naz is right. Yeah.
I'm stupid.
First three letters of car. Carp is a kind of fish. You find lots of carp
Oh,
in
yeah.
England. And a pet is your household animal.
All
And you
right.
found a carpet. Well done, Maris.
This one, maybe you know, it's too long. Romeo and Juliet are found dead on the floor in a bedroom. When they were discovered, there were pieces of glass and some water on the floor. The only furniture in the room is a shelf and a bed. The house is in a remote location away from everything except of the nearby railroad track. What caused the death of Romeo and Juliet? So Romeo and Juliet are found dead in the floor in a bedroom. When they were discovered, there were pieces of glass and some water on the floor. The only furniture in the room is shelf and a bed. The house is in a remote location, away from everything except of the nearby railroad track. What caused the death of Romeo and Juliet? Mm.
No idea.
I would say
I'll read it out again. Romeo and Juliet are found dead on the floor in a bedroom. When they were discovered, there were pieces of glass and some water on the floor. The only furniture in the room is a shelf and a bed. The house in a remote location, away from everything except for the nearby railway track. What caused the death of Romeo and Juliet? I've got no idea.
adult interference. What's that supposed to mean?
Adult interference.
Bad luck? It's not that they committed suicide.
I wonder if they were poisoned.
When they were discovered, there were pieces of glass and some water on the floor. It's not true. It's an earthquake. What is it?
Ah,
What?
how about the train went down the railway track and it shook the house so badly that they fell out of bed? That would have killed them, wouldn't it?
The only furniture in the room. Well, so mentioning this furniture has got something to do with that. You know.
How about
Be a
this?
clue.
The train shook the house. The glass fell off the shelf and hit them on the head and killed them. Not very likely.
All right. Do you want me to show the answer, or do you want to try answering it? I'll type the next one. I have a little before I show the answer. House in which I live all alone. Is it? It has no doors. Friar Lawrence responsible for death of Romeo and Juliet. Anyone wants to answer? Windows. And if I want,
Ah, Romeo Jet with fish. The rumble of the train knocks the tank off the shelf. It broke and Romeo. Ah, very good. Very good. Very good.
and if I want to go out, must break through the wall. I have a little house in which I live all alone. It has no doors or windows, and if I want to go out, I must break through the wall.
Chicken.
Ah, yeah, that's right. I think so. I think so.
I think it's chicken.
Let me have a look.
Good answer, Jubilee. Is that right?
A chicken and egg.
No, check the Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me check. Yeah, Romeo and Juliet are fish. They rumbled the train, knocked the tongue off the shelf. It broke, and Romeo and Juliet did not survive.
Well done, Jubilee.
A chicken and egg.
I think the answer is chicken.
This one. A pregnant lady named her children Dominic, Regis or Regis,
Regis.
Michelle, Fawn, Sophie, and Lara. What will she name her next child? Jessica, Katie, Abby, or Tilly?
That's
A pregnant
that's
lady
a
named her.
progression series.
Huh?
That's a progression series.
A pregnant lady
Dog.
named her children Dominic.
Well, we got one answer. Someone said a dog.
A pregnant lady named her children Dominic, Regis, Michelle, Fawn, Sophie. No, there a baby chicken and its egg. Yes, that's right.
That's what I think it is.
A pregnant lady
Is
named
that the right answer?
yeah, baby chick in its egg.
Yeah. Well
That's
done.
correct.
There we are. We were talking about the. So the egg came first. The egg came first. The egg came first.
Ah.
The egg came first.
So what's this one? Do you know this one?
You'd have to. Yeah, it's a progression series.
A pregnant lady named her children Dominic, Regis, Michelle, Fawn, Sophie, and Lara. What will she name her next child?
Yeah, it's too complicated. You have to type down.
Let me see. No, let's just show the
It's a
answer.
progression series.
Yeah, but we don't know. Ah, Tilly, she seems to follow the scale do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do.
Yeah, that's a progression series.
Next one. This is a good one. A time when we are green. Time when they are brown. But both of these times cause me to frown. But do you know the answer for this one? Cause me to frown. But just in between. Just in between. for a very short while. Mm. Read it, darling. Let me have a. They're perfect and yellow. Perfect and yellow
I know.
and cause me to smile. You know this one?
Yes.
What I talking about here? Oh, it's a time when they are green, a time when they are brown, but both of these times cause me to frown. But just in between. What, banana?
No, not banana. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. Not bananas.
Leaves. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. No, see, bananas is the right answer. Ah, what's right? it's not. It's not leaves. It's bananas. You see, a time when they're green, a time when they're brown, but both of these times cause me to frown. But just in between for a very short while,
That's
they're
right, because
perfect
you gave
and
me a
cause me to
banana.
smile.
Smells as Mr. Banana. Yeah,
Ah,
it
I
is
got it.
bananas.
I
Yeah.
got it. Yes, I got it. This one. When can you add 2 to 11 and get 1 as the correct answer?
It's not that in it, sure.
When can you add 2 to 11 and get 1 as the correct answer, correct?
Yeah.
Let me have a look. When can you add 2 to 11 and get 2 and get 1 as the correct answer? When?
Oh, I know.
You know.
Yeah. I know the answer. Let's see if any of our friends know the answer.
Yes,
Samuel is
I
right.
get it. On the clock.
Well done.
When you add 2 hours to 11 o'clock, you get 1 o'clock. How can you take 2 from
That
5?
reminds me of a little story. I was trying to teach Marianne the time. So I said to Marianne, now look, Marianne, if the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 1, what time is it? And she said, I don't know, Daddy. I said, well, if the big hand is on...
No, she said like...
Yeah, hang on. So I said, if the big hand is on 12 and the little hand's on 1, it's 1 o'clock. She said, but I don't know about that, Daddy. But she said, I do know. If the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 12, then it's lunchtime.
Oh,
They just crack me up. Children just crack you up. The things that children say are
how can you
wonderful.
say 2.5?
Oh, that was really brilliant.
This one. You know the answer for this.
Well, I don't even the question yet.
You get one
I
wrong.
might be good, but I'm not that. Yes.
5.
How can you take 2 from 5 and leave 4? That's a good one.
How can you take
How can you take 2 from 5 and leave 4? Yeah, well done, Samuel Moaz. You're quite right. You get 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. How can you take 2 from 5 and leave 4? I reckon he'll go to Google and he'll be back again. How can you take 2 from 5 and leave 4?
take 2? I don't know.
I'm thinking cards up at stations, platforms, gates at the airport.
Are they names or what? I don't know. I give up. I'll check the answer.
No, we don't tell people, let them have a guess.
Yeah, I know.
How can you take 2 from 5 and leave 4?
I see. Yeah, makes sense. You would have a guess.
I can't guess.
You didn't see the answer now.
No, just wait and see if anybody knows the answer.
All right, let me type while waiting. Let me type the next one. Excuse me.
Excuse me, I was.
Any answers? Each girl gets an apple, but one apple remains in the basket. Have you got any answer? I'll just type the next one. Surrender? I think it was difficult. All right, let me think of. All right, Samuel, thank you for joining. See you next time. Good night. So it's actually remove the two letters F and E from 5, and you have IV. I'll type it. 5, and then remove two letters. Remove the two letters F and E to make there you go. Let's answer the next one. Um, 5 apples are in a basket. How do you divide them among 5 girls so that each girl gets an apple but 1 apple remains in the basket? Put the girl in the basket. So, darling, so you spell the word 5, right? Caps lock. You take F and E. So what remains is I and B, which is 4.
Oh,
Right now, this time, 5 apples are in a basket.
good night, Samuel.
How do you divide them among 5 girls so that each girl gets an apple? But 1 apple remains in the basket. Wait.
Right. You give
One
each,
of the names
I can
apple.
tell you just. You give each girl an apple, and one girl holds the basket with the 1 apple in.
Let me have a look. Give the 5th girl her apple in the basket. That's
Yeah.
right. Good idea, mom. Put the girl in the basket. That was me who said.
Put the girl in the basket.
That was me who said that.
Children, that's very clever. Put the girl in the basket.
A man was found dead next to a 13-story building. The police say it was
I
suicide.
think these are too long to complicate.
Yeah, but
All
between you, but you say it was homicide. Someone killed him. To prove this, you go to each floor in the building, open the window, and toss a penny out. You do this to each floor until you reach the 13th floor, open the window, and toss a penny out. How does this prove it wasn't a suicide? Oh, how does this prove that it wasn't a suicide?
because the pennies should land where he is. If the pennies don't land where he is, then obviously he didn't fall out the window.
If
Ah.
if the man committed suicide, he would have left the window open and you wouldn't have had to open it. Correct.
Has anyone got any questions for us?
This one, when will water stop running downhill?
Yeah, type that in, darling. When will water stop running downhill?
In the front area or what?
When it gets to the sea. Don't look at the answer yet. See what other people are doing, darling.
Pineapple. Now it's late. This is the answer. It's fine day.
Yeah, Jenny, the answer was you give one apple to each of the girls, but the last apple you leave in the basket so that, and the girl holds the basket with the apple in it, so each girl can have an apple and you still left one apple in the basket.
This is a good one. If 5 cats catches 5 mice in 5 minutes. Yes, when it reaches to the bottom.
Yeah.
How long will it take? How long will it take one cat to, I know the answer, I think, catch a mouse? I think I know the answer. If 5 cats catches 5 mice in 5 minutes, how long will it take one cat to catch 5 mouse? Yeah. The correct answer for the previous one is when it reaches the bottom. What about this one? I have the answer. We have the answer. Let's have a look. I was right. You're right. This one is a good one. What thing was yesterday?
It's the way she tells them.
Huh?
There was an all-Irish comedian called Frank Carson who used to say, "It's the way it's a cracker, and it's the way I tell them."
What day would yesterday be if Thursday was 4 days? Before the day. This is complicated. Right, have you got any answer to that? If 5 cats catches 5 mice in 5 minutes, how long will it take one cat to catch a mouse? Hi, DJ Rexy. Good evening.
Yeah, don't worry about being late.
We're having some brain exercise here.
Yeah, we're doing riddles. Riddly diddly. Yeah, you're more than welcome, DJ Rexy. Welcome for joining us.
What day would yesterday be? Thursday was 4
Give me the
days.
first.
Okay, yesterday be. Thursday was 4 days.
You get a bit of paper and pen to work that one out.
Huh?
Did you get a bit of paper and pen to work that out?
What day would yesterday be? Thursday was 4 days before the It's not 15 minutes.
No, not 15 minutes.
It is 5 minutes.
5 minutes is right. It's basically takes each cat 5 minutes to catch one mouse.
One mouse, yeah. This one. What day would yesterday be if Thursday was 4 days before the day after tomorrow?
Right.
Do you need?
Yeah. Marianne does it on a thing. She goes, Mum. I asked Marianne if
Yes, it is
today's
5 minutes, Maris.
Tuesday, the 3rd of July, what day will be the 7th of July? And she couldn't work it out.
What day would yesterday be if Thursday was 4 days? Oh my God, it's complicated. I would just say, being lazy, not working it out. I'll just say, have you got an answer?
Well, I know how to work it out, but I need to write
Pen
it
and paper.
pen and paper. Yeah. Yeah, Marius, you're right with the 5 minutes. Jubilant's right.
Yes, it is.
Well, well
Friday.
done, Jubilant. That was really good. Did you have a bit of paper and pencil to use your fingers, or was it Google? Very good. Friday's the right answer. Right, it's coming up to 2 hours. Oh.
All right, let's just get the 2 hours. This one, if a chicken says all chickens are liars, is the chicken telling the truth?
Right, type that up. That's a very good one.
If a chicken says,
What are we doing, chicken leg?
huh?
Yeah, mate, it's Friday, Marius. Well done. Right, put it on the screen. Huh?
Yes, Friday is the correct answer.
Friday's the correct answer.
Give the answer, darling.
Right, the Jew says all chickens are liars. They cannot talk. How can they tell?
Yes. That one. When may a man's pocket be empty and yet have something in it?
I know.
All right. No, it's wrong. It's wrong.
I just said that.
After you said it's good.
No, it's not.
All right, okay.
What's the answer to the chicken one?
Chicken cannot talk.
Oh, is that the answer?
Yeah. The chicken is not telling the truth. The chicken cannot. This one. Last one.
Last one. Coming
No,
up in 2 hours.
there's one there that's not been answered yet. What relation would your father's sister sister father sisters
Yeah, you're correct, but it's
sister
got a hole in it. Well done. Right answer. Thumbs up.
sister in law be to you? Ano?
Your father's sisters. Your answer. Your mother. Correct.
Yes.
What could be another answer? Yeah. That's a good one. Put on the screen, John.
All right, sorry. It's a good one because we won't be able to. I'll save this one. You won't be able to see the answer unless you show it. The chicken is telling the truth. The chicken cannot talk, Mom. Jenny Tora. Last one there is what relation would your father's sister-in-law be to you? What?
Would have been at time, done.
Yeah, that's the last one.
But this is the last one. We're just doing the 2 hours today. But thank you very much for playing the game. Thank you for the riddles. Thank you for your company. Good luck to those of you in Japan, those of you in Taiwan, those of you in the Philippines. Samuel from Australia's gone, but welcome to you all. Next time we'll probably have games with prizes.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I wasn't really sure of doing today because I was tired. But
No. Right, it's mother, your second guest lucky, Jubilee. It's your mother, second guest lucky.
all right, guys.
Okay, thank you very much. We enjoy your company. Bit of a quiet night today, but there we are. Apart from the excitement of the light blowing up and nasty smell, but that was the light rather than me for once. Thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy your company. Glad you are safe and well. And we'll speak to you soon. Next time we have some prizes. And I know there'll be prizes, and many of you won prizes will be out with the carriers soon. Yeah, good night, Juvelin. Good night,
Good
Mariah.
night. See you
Good night,
tomorrow.
Gina.
We'll try to go live tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay?
go live tomorrow and have some prizes and games. But there are stuff in carriage once you get organised. A bit harder in the lockdown to get things organised. But good night, all. God bless. Keep safe. Don't let nasty virus get you.
Thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Good night. Kasi may gagawin pa ako. Thank you again. Night-night.